This is Wendy Historian, and today we are talking about a little bit of mischief. And in honor of
the birthday of, well, one of the most special guys I know.
We will be baking Louis Tomlinson a birthday cake.
I do feel compelled to apologize for what's about to happen. I polled 3 of my group chats, and all 3 of them decided this is what they wanted. So, sorry, Lou. Happy birthday?
Now, as everyone knows quite well, Louis was the undisputed prankster of One Direction.
It's just so you know, I stood this awkwardly because I was trying to smoke up the Brit.
The troublemaker extraordinaire.
Oh, what you did that for?
The ringleader of mischief.
It's all. How many holes are there? 6.
Louis' antics were well known, and whilst the chagrin of every security personnel within a 5-mile radius,
in the One Direction days, our security, he sleeps like this guy. We throw water on him, it just created this pool. And he sucks the water. No! He woke up, he thought he were drowning. No!
Fans absolutely loved Louis' successful attempts to keep everybody on their toes, as well as his ability to drag literally every single one of the boys into some harebrained scheme on a whim. And so many of those schemes turned into now legendary moments in the band's history, especially when the other boys were the targets of those pranks.
Hello?
Oh my god, is that Zayn?
Okay.
Zayn, I'm like your biggest fan!
Alright, Louis.
With one such prank playing all the hits, Louis teaming up with one of the boys
Today we are here to prank the rest of
to target the other boys, and Niall being an unruffled king.
This baby is coming right now!
I'm of course referring to the pregnancy prank.
Between late summer of 2011 and early summer of 2012,
One Direction was catapulted to a level of global fame that was hitherto unheard of. A lot of this was thanks to the advent of participatory media that exposed people to things that otherwise would have been geo-locked to them. One Direction was as much a global youth movement as they were a musical act. And because no one could have predicted how quickly and thoroughly One Direction would become an unstoppable phenomenon, they initially strategized to break into the US market through traditional means. Partnership with a national institution venerated by their target demographic. In this case, children's television channel Nickelodeon. The band's professional relationship with Nickelodeon began in late 2011, when the band announced that they would be joining Nickelodeon TV band Big Time Rush as the opening act on their Better With You tour in February of 2012. And I've talked about that before in another episode. That relationship with Big Time Rush and Nickelodeon scored Wendy an invitation to the Big Time movie premiere.
How is it working with Big Time Rush? Pretty good?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, they're similar kind of lads to us, so we're having a lot of fun on tour.
As well as a guest spot on an episode of iCarly.
Did she say butter sock?
Is that a sock? Full of butter?
In March of 2012, Nickelodeon actually announced that they were developing a live-action project for the band. Like a show or a movie, it was never made totally clear. The Directioners at the time really didn't like the sound of it. We were really worried that the band's image would become hyper-sanitized for Nickelodeon's audience age range. Back at that point, the vast majority of Directioners were really into the fact that One Direction were older teenage boys that had kind of a more mature vibe. They were sort of an alternative for older people to the Jonas Brothers or to Justin Bieber. We had hopefully envisioned them becoming what Five Sauce became in terms of image. I do think that's why a lot of elder teen Directioners defected to Five Sauce a couple years later. And us older teen fans, late high school, university age, were really worried that in aligning with Nickelodeon, the boys would end up trapped in this cleaned up version of themselves that was designed to appeal to 10-year-olds and get parent approval, which is sort of exactly what happened. So we trended the hashtag 1D please don't go to Nick.
and in the end, there was no Nick show, because the sudden One Direction fame surge in 2012 made that impossible.
But Nickelodeon did get some mini features from the boys.
I like someone who's nice. That does genuinely help.
There's more with One Direction coming up. We'll be right back.
Which included the pregnancy prank.
In spring of 2012, One Direction arrived at Nickelodeon's studio ostensibly to do some interviews. And unbeknownst to Harry, Liam, and Niall, Zayn and Louis had arranged for an actress to play their Nickelodeon producer. Their pregnant Nickelodeon producer.
She's got one of those Hollywood-style bumps that look so real.
Who would pretend to be suddenly in labor.
We're going to have a bit of fun with it and try and see what their natural reactions are.
And those reactions were certainly something.
Some help! That's not gonna feel good!
Can somebody help us?
I am not having my baby on this floor!
Press. Just get.
Harry offered reassurance, physical assistance, and breathing exercises.
Liam took her phone to call her husband and explain the situation, even though the call kept disconnecting.
Where are we? Oh, he's gone.
And Niall literally could not have cared less if they paid him to.
Fix the pantry, please.
And all of this went on for some time before the actress revealed that the whole situation was a prank.
You all have been pranked by Nickelodeon.
At the time, fans went absolutely feral over the prankies' reactions because they were just so spot-on perfect reflections of the personalities involved. Liam was in daddy direction mode, handling problem-solving logistics.
I don't think this is the best position for you to be in, if I'm honest. Maybe you should lie on your back.
Harry was handling sympathy and comfort, but it was truly Niall's reaction, or complete lack thereof, that captured the heart of Directioners everywhere, which he explained and justified years later as being because he knew it was a prank all along.
You knew it was a prank. I walked up to my tour manager, I could see him in the corner, he was like, no, keep going. How confident were you that this was all just a lie then? 1,000%. I could see the boys faffing. I just knew straight away.
But baby PR maven Harry Styles had been too distracted by the positive press potential to question the situation.
I was actually thinking, this is going to be a great press story. One Direction delivers child.
All in all, the prank was a roaring success, a hilarious Zooey collaboration moment, and another chaotic feather in the trickster cap of Louis William Tomlinson.